Cnn, Colonial News Network. I am Dorsey. Today is September the 12th, 1774, and we're just getting word that a group of colonies are meeting in Philadelphia. We're talking to Eunice, who's outside.
In front of Carpenter's Hall, where the First Continental Congress is currently meeting. The attendees are representatives from all the colonies of Great Britain, except Georgia. We have been told that three major goals of the group are to define the colony's problems, articulate their relationship with Britain, and create a resistance plan.
You just said resistance. Am I right, Eunice? That's very strange. Since the taxes the Parliament recently decided upon are meant to pay for the work that was fought for the colony.
Yes, it seems as if the colonies are dissatisfied with everything Britain has done for them. I will keep you updated as the story develops.
Thank you, Eunice. Now we're coming live from the MTV Revolutionary Awards.
Welcome back to the MTV 1776 Revolutionary Awards. Finally, last but not least, we have the award for the most radical piece of literature. All these pamphlets and documents have contributed to the oncoming Civil War, but which one was the most radical? That will be for our voters to decide. Here are the nominees: Thomas Paine's Common Sense, John Dickinson's Letter from Pennsylvania, John Wilkes' The North of Britain, number 45, and Thomas Jefferson's Declaration of Independence. The winner is Thomas Jefferson.
Whoa. All due respect to Thomas, I think my boy Thomas Paine should have won.
It's 1773 and yes, it's that time of year again. The snow is starting to fall and all anyone wants to have is a hot cup of tea. Ladies and gentlemen, tea is the absolutely perfect drink for socializing in the afternoon, and British culture would be nothing without it. Show all your friends that
Yes, I am a British citizen.
by buying some of the finest tea brought to the colonies by the East India Company. High quality with a low cost. That's our motto.
Tax not
That was Lord Kanye West telling his opinions at the MTV Awards. We'll be back in a moment after a message from our sponsor.
Knock comes up. Hello? Hi, I'm a British officer, and due to the Quartering Act, I am going to take over this household. What you need in this situation is a pillow pet. A pillow pet is very useful as it can go as decoration in your beautiful household. But when a British soldier comes knocking, it is perfect as a pillow to house all of the Quartering Act soldiers. By the day.
And today, we have brought in a very special guest. In the studios live, we have a real rebel soldier to give us an idea of what the other side's mentality is. Brought in by the carriage all the way from his hometown of Boston, please give me a warm welcome to American soldier George Mans.
death to the British.
Well, thank you for coming in today, Mr. Mans. What prompted you to enlist in the war?
Well, those stinking Brits started taxing us without asking us if we wanted to be taxed. Do you believe that? Then they come into my hometown of Boston, close the port, live in my house, and shoot up the place. When I heard those soldiers were proved innocent, I left the house and joined the cause. America for life!
That was very passionate. Now, what do you think of the Declaration of Independence that was just written?
It's all the king's fault, I tell you. We never wanted to separate. He forced us into doing it with all this tax and stuff and abusing us.
So, you think that us Britons have it coming?
Of course. It's about time if you ask me. This Jefferson guy is pretty nifty at writing the Declaration things.
Well, that's all the time we have for our interview with the rebel soldier, Mr. Mans. Thank you very much for your time.
America!
Good evening. It is 1776, and we have just got a very unsettling news that British was forced to evacuate Boston. Even after all that British Empire has done for the colonies, the richest colonies forced soldiers to leave for fear of being harmed. Let's talk to Eunice, who has a story.
I'm here at the Boston Harbor, where the final ships of soldiers are leaving.
What was the reason that the soldiers left? Were they afraid for their personal safety?
Yes, it seems that the overall emotion in Boston prior to today was fairly tense. The colonists have not been pleased by the taxes that were placed on the colonies due to the war that was fought to defend them. And all this escalated when the siege of Boston occurred and our British troops entered Boston, closing the harbor. The colonists did not take this very well, as their main form of trade was taken away.
But as all of our citizens know, the British soldiers were merely there to bring back peace to Boston.
As they're all British citizens, why are they separating themselves from the decision of the Crown Parliament?
They feel that they are being mistreated, and they did not think that the siege of Boston was just. As of now, this is all we know. I will let you more as the story
For
develops.
the story, but now we're just getting word from the new battle happening.
Yes, I've just arrived at the site where there was a small battle that took place in Lexington and also in Concord. It started when there was an expedition to confiscate some military stockpiles by our British soldiers that were being held by some American rebels. The citizens of these towns knew that our soldiers were coming because of two messengers that went and told everyone that they were arriving. The names of these two messengers are William Dawes and Paul Revere. And after all these people knew about the approaching soldiers, they got all of their weapons and met the soldiers in front of the town. Once about half of the male population was all in the common area of the town, the British soldiers came too. We're not clear about who actually fired the first shot. It's unclear as of now. Perhaps it was someone who was just walking by and accidentally fired their gun, but after that the shots rang out and there was the first bloodshed by the British and Americans. All of this happened in Lexington, and after all of the small skirmish was over, there were about 8 Americans dead. After this, the British moved on to Concord, and we were just told that there were about 272 casualties and 70 deaths of British soldiers at Concord because there was another group of heavily armed Americans who met them there.
Thanks for the story. Just a reminder, it's January 27th, 1775.
For the last portion of our show, we bring you calming scenes of nature, as there wasn't really much to do in colonial America at this time right now, which we are in, and there's just a lot of nature. Look at those trees. Please take this moment in your day to be calm and think about your life. Reflect a bit.
See you again next time on CNN.